日英人的交流協力覚書の署名式を行います。We would like to commence the ceremony for signing the Memorandum of Cooperation on People-to-People Exchanges. 署名式に先立ちまして、両外相からお言葉を賜ります。Before the signing of the MOC, the two ministers will give short remarks. それでは、はじめに上川大臣、よろしくお願いいたします。
本日、黒谷外相をお迎えをし、本年5月の日英広島行動を踏まえ、当省と英国外務英連邦開発省との間の人的交流に関する覚書に署名することができ、大変喜ばしく思っております。
It is a pleasure to welcome Foreign Minister Cleverly today and to sign the Memorandum of Cooperation, or MOC, on people-to-people exchanges between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan and the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. This memorandum builds on the Japan-UK Hiroshima Accord of May this year.
この覚書では、ビジネス、科学技術、観光スポーツ、文化等の幅広い分野において日英間の人的交流を推進していくことを確認をしております。
This MOC confirms that Japan and the UK will promote people-to-people exchanges in a wide range of fields, including business, science and technology, tourism, sports, and culture.
特にワーキングホリデービザの発給数の上限が拡充されることを踏まえ、ますます進化する日英関係の将来を担う若い世代の交流が一層盛んになることを期待しております。
We hope that the exchanges between young people, who are the future of our ever-deepening bilateral relationship, will flourish even more, especially as the memorandum will expand the maximum number of working holiday visas that can be issued.
本日の協力覚書により、将来、あの時にまいた種が育ち、充実した交流につながったと振り返ることができる日が来ることを期待しております。
We hope that through today's MOC, there will be a day where we look back and witness that the seeds we planted today grew and led to realizing many fulfilling people-to-people exchanges.
国と国の関係である外交の基本は人と人とのつながりであり、信頼関係であります。
The basis of diplomacy, or the relationship between countries, is the connection between people and thus a relationship of trust.
今回の署名を契機に、かつてなく緊密な日英の人と人の交流が一層促進され、将来にわたり二国間関係の強化の盤石な礎と成熟していくことを記念しております。
I hope that the signing of this memorandum will further promote the ever closer people-to-people exchanges between Japan and the UK, and that it will mature into a solid foundation for strengthening our bilateral relations into the future.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。I would like to invite Foreign Secretary Cleverly to make a remark.
Firstly, I would like to thank my friend and colleague, Foreign Minister Kamikawa, for welcoming me here to Tokyo today.
まず最初に私の友人であるまた同僚でもある上川外務大臣、ご歓迎に感謝をいたします。
I come here not only as part of the UK delegation to the G7 meeting, but also to strengthen the bilateral relationship between our two countries.
私は今回は G7 外相会合の英国代表団の一員として来たというだけではなくて、二国間関係を強化するというためにもやってまいりました。
The Memorandum of Cooperation on People-to-People Exchanges that we are signing today builds on the commitments made by our two Prime Ministers at the historic Hiroshima Accord.
歴史的な広島アコードに5月に両国の首相が合意をしておりまして、今回署名をいたします覚書というのはまさにその上に基づいた上で署名するものであります。
The Accords are a reflection of the long-standing friendship between our two countries and the increased areas of cooperation.
今回の覚書というのは長きにわたる友情を反映するものであり、それからまたどんどん強化されております協力関係をも反映するものであります。
This memorandum of cooperation will increase the flow of young people between our two countries by 500%.
今回の協力覚書の署名によりまして若者たちの移動、すなわち両国間の若者の交流は 500% 増えると見込まれております。
And it will increase the flow through both the youth mobility scheme and also through a working holiday scheme. So the young peoples of our countries will get to know each other better.
また今回の協力覚書に基づきまして青少年の移動、それからまたワーキングホリデー計画によりましてさらに両国間の若者はお互いをよく知り合うようになるでしょう。
My friend the foreign minister I know is focused on long-term diplomacy which is built on the understanding of people's many decades built over many decades.
私の同僚友人である上川大臣は、何十年にもわたる人と人との理解、それに基づく長期的な外交というものを推進しておられると理解しております。
And this will increase the flow of ideas, of business ventures, of things which will make us both more prosperous and safer.
このような関係が強化されることによりまして社会におけるアイディアの交流、それも増えることになりましょう。そしてそれができるということはお互いの国のビジネスにおきましてより反映するような結果を生むことにつながるであろうと確信しております。
And the Sustainable Urban Development Partnership will mean the places that we live will be healthy and beautiful well into the future.
それからまた持続可能な社会、そういった場を作るという、都市開発計画を強化するということなどはさらにまた我々が国民に提供するチャンスを大いに増やすということにもなりましょう。
The relationship between the United Kingdom and Japan is strong. It is based on a range of shared priorities, and this memorandum of cooperation will ensure that it is successful well into the future.
日英両国関係は非常に強力なものであります。そしてそれは長年にもわたって我々がお互いに思いを共有してきたことによって培われてきたものだと思います。今回の協力覚書の署名によりまして今後将来にわたりましてそれが確実になるものが約束されていると思います。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for Secretary Cleverly. 上川大臣、クレバリー外相、お手元の協力覚書へのご署名をお願いいたします。I would like to ask two ministers to sign the MOC before you. それでは文書をバインダーごとお持ちになりご起立ください。握手をお願いいたします。Please stand up with the binder and please shake hands. ありがとうございました。以上をもちまして署名式を終了いたします。Thank you very much. Now we would like to conclude the ceremony for signing. 両外相が退場されます。報道関係の皆様は退場が済むまでそのままお待ちください。Both ministers will leave the room. Please is asked to remain in place until further notice.
じゃあゆっくり2プラス2の生き方追っかけて。
それではただいまから始めさせていただきます。対面では6年ぶりの2+2を日本で開催できますことを大変嬉しく思います。ジェームスとお会いをするのはニューヨークでの国連総会、そしてカイロサミットに続きまして3度目であります。電話会談も含め、就任以来、大変緊密に連携することができたこと、大変嬉しく思います。また本日は、シャップス国防相をお招きでき、大変光栄に存じます。日英は欧州及びアジアにおける双方の最も緊密な安全保障上のパートナーであります。法の支配に基づく自由で開かれた国際秩序の維持・強化に向け、日英の連携を一層強化してまいりたいと考えております。本日は本年5月に首脳間で発出した日英広島アコードのフォローアップを行うとともに、両国の今後の安全保障、防衛協力の大きな方向性につきまして確認をしてまいりたいと考えております。それでは木原大臣、ジェームス、そしてシャップス国防相という順で冒頭の発言をお願いいたします。
防衛大臣の木原稔です。防衛安全保障分野における日英関係がますます重要になる中で、私が9月に防衛大臣に着任して間もないタイミングで約2年ぶりに2+が開催できることを嬉しく思います。対面での開催は6年ぶりと承知しており、クレバリー外務大臣も交えて、本日議論できることを楽しみにしていました。世界の安全保障環境は日々変化し、一層厳しさを増しています。こうした中、我が国は反撃能力の保有を含む防衛力の抜本的強化に取り組んでいます。加えて、同盟国、同志国、ネットワークの重層的な構築、拡大が重要ですが、英国とはアジア及び欧州における相互の最も緊密な安全保障上のパートナーとして、連携を一層深めてまいりたいと考えています。先日発行した日英 RAA のさらなる活用や、共同訓練などを通じた総合運用性の向上、装備技術協力、新たな分野における協力など、日英関係は幅広い防衛安全保障分野において発展しています。本年5月に両首脳間で合意した広島アコードのモメンタムを一過性のものとせず、着実に実施していくことが重要です。本日は戦略的利益を共有するパートナーとして日英が協力し、共通の課題に足並みを揃えて対応していくため、4大臣で率直な意見交換を行うことを楽しみにしています。以上です。
Thank you for inviting Grant and I to Tokyo for this 2+2, and it's good to have the opportunity to do so in person once again. These are difficult, volatile and uncertain times, and we see this very starkly in the current situation in the Middle East and, of course, in Ukraine's gallant self-defense against Russia's aggression. And at times of increased volatility and uncertainty, partnerships like the one enjoyed between the United Kingdom and Japan are even more important than ever. The defence and security cooperation is important to us, and I know my friend Grant will speak on that. But of course, we share many values and a similar philosophy towards our international relations. And your commitment to long-term diplomacy based on the rule of law reflects very much the UK's desire to have a patient long-term diplomacy and to build relationships that will endure for decades to come. That is why our respective Prime Ministers agreed the historic Hiroshima Accord, which commits us to closer defence partnership, but also closer foreign policy partnerships, as well as greater economic and social cooperation. And there has been much progress already. And the reciprocal access agreement is an example of that, and also the people-to-people agreement that the Foreign Minister and I signed just moments ago. These are all examples of the strength of the relationship and our commitment to ensuring this relationship lasts for many decades to come.
Well, it's a real privilege to be back in Japan again today alongside my friend and colleague James, and to meet both of you for the first time as well. And as we flew in this morning, I was trying to look out through the clouds, see if I could spot the magnificent Mount Fuji towering in the distance. I brought the London weather with, and I couldn't see it, but I wanted to see it because I thought the peak of that mountain represents the perfect symbol of our relationship together. And first of all, it stands for steadfastness. We live in a really rapidly changing world, as James and you were just saying. We've seen Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine. We've seen the appalling atrocities committed by Hamas in the Middle East and the conflict there. And here in the Indo-Pacific, we've seen North Korea's saber rattling and an even more assertive China. And these are not just regional risks, but they're global dangers to our long-term security and our long-term prosperity, even our way of life. And that's why like-minded democracies like us must continue to stay strong, resisting turbulent elements and standing up for what we believe in, like championing the freedom of seas here in the Indo-Pacific. And that's why our nation signed the Hiroshima Accord earlier this year, underlying our commitment to upholding the law and fundamental human rights and open and free trade. And it's amazing to think that last year we celebrated 120 years of Anglo-Japanese relations, but we haven't peaked yet. Our 121st year may well prove that's this year the most significant of all for defence. And that's because even though we are each other's closest security partners in Asia and Europe respectively, as you said, our year has been punctuated by landmark deals, not just the Hiroshima Accord in the middle of the year, but the Reciprocal Access Agreement at the start, and hopefully the Global Combat Air Programme Treaty to conclude the year. And these deals are strategic as well as symbolic. The RAA will see the UK and Japanese armed forces deploy together to carry out training, joint exercises and disaster relief. And this month we see the first demonstration of the RAA in action, with some 170 of our troops taking part in exercise Vigilant Isles. Separately, our GCAP will give us a joint sustainable skills and technology platform which will benefit us for years to come. And this might be a more dangerous age, but we are two great island democracies. We share the same desire to protect our people and enhance our prosperity. When we come together, we can achieve the impossible. So today we've discussed how to propel, in our meeting earlier, our partnership, safeguard global peace and security, enhance our capabilities, and upping our joint training. Like Mount Fuji, that perfect conical-shaped volcano, this all reminds us that we must never stop striving for that kind of perfection. Thank you.